This comes from David Newland. I am missing something in the process of it all. I submitted so far 7 offers to moderately ugly to severely nasty houses. During this, I put out an ad on fictitious homes to create a buyer's list, retailers. My realtor is familiar with what I'm doing and has another investor doing the same. Well, a Fannie Mae home countered, and I got them down to an agreeable price. I used your formula. Call buyer's list, sent them to a property. What am I missing? Is it the part of the contract to write up with the retailer in between now and the closing? Also, how can somehow put this property into a trust closing so I could assign the beneficiary?
Wow.
Yes, long one.
Okay.
Beneficial interest to the retailer.
All right. Well, first of all, David, I have no idea what you're missing because I barely understand your question. You haven't really told me a problem. From what I hear, you made 7 offers and you got one potentially accepted. Now, I have read your question, and it looks to me like you need $15,000 binder in this thing, and I don't know enough about the deal to even advise you on it, but there's no way I'd put up a $15,000 binder on a single-family house. Not in this lifetime anyway, so please do not go to your dad and get the money or anybody else. You haven't given me enough facts for me to be able to intelligently answer your question. It does sound like, though, you have not been trained correctly, especially when you say you use my formula. That bothers me because you might be paying too much because you haven't heard the rest of the story. My formula is only to arrive at the threshold by which we never cross. We're buying them way below my formula, which is Mayo right now. So it's a case-by-case deal, and you're scary. Just by the way you ask the question, it leads me to believe that you don't have enough of the information to intelligently be making offers on these all-cash deals right now, especially if you're risking $15,000 of somebody else's money. That is a no-no. So I don't know what you've been trained at, but I want you to go to ronsquickturn.com and check out our 4-day event and see if you can get in that thing, and we'll finance it for you, whatever it takes. But you need to be schooled in the proper basic training. And by the way, if you have been to it in the past year, it's free to come back. And I'm going to be training the next one in Chicago. And if you haven't been to it in the past year, but prior to that, it's only $500. So I'd say get back in the saddle, or get in the saddle, get the proper training before you go out and make a big mess that's going to cost you many times the cost of that training. I'm the best in the world at what I do and would pay you to get schooled in the basics before you go any further in this thing.